So I've been using ChatGPT on and off, and the reasons that I delete it is when it becomes an idol in my life and I notice that I'm going to ChatGPT for advice instead of going to God. Anytime I see videos about how terrible it is for the environment and how it is like destroying our planet, or when I see videos about how it actually helps ICE because they use ChatGPT to screen job applications, and it also is bad for war because the military uses it also. And ChatGPT is kind of like a drug to me, right? So once I have used it and I saw how it could benefit me and how it would make some things easier for me, right? I had wanted to use it, right? Then for those reasons, like I said, I deleted it. But because it's kind of like a drug, I would get tempted to get it back again, right? And I would think to myself, why should I not use AI as a tool if everyone else is using AI as a tool? And obviously not everyone else is using it because there are a lot of people on here who advocate against it, right? But it clearly is very normalized and a lot of people use it. But today I had this thought of remembering the Bible verse, don't copy the behaviors and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. Obviously, it's not God's will for me to be using ChatGPT because, like I said, it was an idol in my life. And God gave us brains, so He obviously wants us to use our brain to do things instead of going to ChatGPT to do things for us. We should be able to write emails for ourselves, write essays for ourselves, write all of these different things for ourselves, right? Who cares if it's bad? Because at least it was you that was doing it, right? And I just fear that the more I would use ChatGPT, the dumber that I would become, right? And so I would mostly use it as like my therapist, but I had to stop using it when I recently deleted it was because I went to it and I told it about something and I was like, this is a sign from God that I need to quit my job. And ChatGPT's trying to tell me it's not a sign. And I'm like, yes, it is. And it's saying that it's not. No. If you know something's from God, like, why do you need to ask other people if it's true or not? And it was just making me mad because I'm like, now you're trying to lead me astray. I was also using it for validation. So if I had an idea or if I wrote a poem or something, I would say it to ChatGPT, like, is this good? And it would always say that it was good and amazing. But I didn't use it to, like, help me edit my poems or stuff like that. But just I needed confirmation that it was good. And to, like, sometimes if I have video ideas, I'm like, is this a good video idea? And it'll say yes. So it also reminds me of this verse. Anyone who drinks this water will soon become thirsty again. So if you go to ChatGPT specifically for validation, you will always need to go back to ChatGPT for validation that your ideas are good or whatever it is that you wrote is good, right? But if you go to Jesus for validation, who knows that you are a child of God and you're loved by God always, right? You are perfectly and wonderfully made. Then you'll never need to go back to ChatGPT.